Alrighty, so the $1.5 billion question is, it's not even for me this time, it's for you guys. I wonder, who did you think I was ultimately going to save for last? Who did you think that I, considering the ones that I had already finished before I started this whole thing, out of all the characters, who do you think that I would have been the most interested in, to the point where I thought, nah, they're the best possible person to end things out on, out of all the possible options? Well, if you guessed it was Kazuichi, I'm sorry to say you were incorrect, because he's the one we're doing next, and we're saving Mahiru for last. Alright, so the question is, where is Kazuichi? I've walked past him 1.5 billion times, and yet I do not actually recall. Where are you, Kazuichi, you weirdo? Yep, there you are. Alright. I'm prepared to become your friend, if in you so choose. I mean, why not, Also, I've got absolutely no idea how to pronounce this item that you like, but I'm sure I've got a couple. And I'm a little bored. Are you bored too? Then let's think about how we can kill time. And thus, we sat around and did absolutely nothing in particular for far longer than we realistically should have. I killed some time with Kazuwichi today, thinking about how to kill time. Being chill, the bro styles. Looks like Kazuwichi and I grew a little closer. Alrighty, ready? Let's see. Something called radio something or another. Let's just have ourselves a quick looky-loo and see if we can figure out where it is. And how many of them I've got, if anything. Ah, there we go. The heck is this? A radio sonde? A meteorological instrument that measures the temperature, humidity, and barometric pressure by shooting a balloon into the sky. Well, at least that makes sense as something that he'd probably enjoy. Here you go, my dude. You went all to the trouble to bring me to something this amazing? I messed up my entire sentence, I was so happy. Hajime, you're seriously a nice guy. I'm a little touched, really. Seriously, thanks.
Man.
Why did this happen? The situation in general? We're on a tropical island, surrounded by a blue sea, There's plenty of ladies here, too. So why do we have to be involved in all this killing nonsense? Although Kazuichi's intentions are probably far from pure, I do agree with what he is saying, ultimately. If this was a normal school trip, it would have been really fun. And in this mode, it totally is. But, can't rewrite. And here, I thought I was finally going to go on a school trip for the very first time. First time? Did you go on one during middle school? I was supposed to, but I ditched it. I faked being sick and stayed home. I've been there, brother. Oh, well, I had a lot of reasons, but my family is really poor. My classmates were pretty much a bunch of boring turds, so I was like, who cares if I don't go to school?
Well...
But my old man found out later and beat the crap out of me. Oh, well, that's not a cheery story. Well, obviously, a parent would be mad about that. Beatings seem unnecessary, but, whatever. But, I sometimes get yelled at for ditching school events during elementary and middle school, too.
Hey.
My damn old man. He knew better than anyone that we didn't have any money. And we run a bike shop at my place, but it's seriously hard to sell bicycles these days. The only customers we get now just need a flat tire fixed or air pumped. But yeah, despite that, I'm the genius mechanic of my family, and of the world, apparently. I can take a look if a bike or car needs fixing, and I can fix anything from kids' toys to household appliances. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Of course.
Well, I've been surrounded by junk and tools ever since I was born. So I just had a habit of taking things apart and putting them back together. I mean, let's be real here. Out of everybody, everybody on the island, Kazuichi probably has the most practical ability ever. Just the ultimate mechanic. As long as there's stuff he can work with, I mean, that's good. And in this situation, there's a lot of stuff that can be conceivably worked with. Granted, we were in a freakish AI program making this sort of thing entirely moot, and he would never be able to get his hands on the things that he needs, but the few chances he had been given to flex his abilities had been incredibly useful and helpful. So let's be real on that one. I see. So that's the environment the ultimate mechanic was raised in.
Hey.
My old man's just hopeless, though, so I'm always the one who's helping out at the shop. In fact, to tell you the truth, I was really excited when we first arrived at this island. Everyone here was pretty colorful personalities, but they all seem like interesting people. I was really looking forward to enjoying my youthful days here. Until all this crap happened. Damn it, it's my dream, I always wanted to go on a trip with my friends and stuff.
Man.
No, wait. We're not close enough yet to call each other friends, huh? I don't know when people suddenly decide they're friends or not. But since we seem to have the same goal, maybe we can at least call each other comrades? Comrades, eh? What a show. That sounds pretty awesome. Looking forward to working with you, comrade. Kazuichi extended his hand and I gripped it. I tried to let go, but for some reason, Kazuichi was glaring at me and... So Hajime, who are you aiming for? Akane, why? Dropping the pretense on that one. What are you talking about?
You know.
Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about the ladies. Depending on your answer, the alarm clock in your room may be modified into a time bomb. All right, well, this went from a typical thing that bros might end up talking about to something that is very akin to a death threat. If you have to make something like that, you should spend it actually being productive. It's pretty amazing that he's able to think about that kind of stuff at a time like this. And actually, I think it just has more to say about how desperately lonely he is. Despite his looks, Kazuichi seems like a pretty normal guy who, with bright pink hair, extraordinarily sharp teeth, and threatening to make bombs. I learned a little bit about Kazuichi today, and for some reason, I'm not immediately horrified. I guess we're just not taking that threat seriously. Admittedly, he did go the entire game without doing anything, and he would sure be angry at me if he knew Sonya actually ended up proposing marriage to me. So, maybe we'll avoid that topic. After Kazuichi was finished hammering me with questions, I was finally released. You know, one of these days, I want a game that legitimately has a character ask you that, and you can legitimately give an answer back. Persona 4 kind of had that, but they did it really early in the game when you hadn't met all the girls yet, so I didn't feel comfortable answering. But I want to be able to, like, actually, like, it doesn't even have to be full-on branching paths, but I want the dialogue to change. To go, wow, didn't expect that one, or, oh, wow, that's cool, you're bold, or, oh, nah, don't do that, I like that girl. You know, stuff like that. Nothing ever does that. Please get plenty of rest. Yes, yes, I must rest, so that I may hang with the mechanical man once again. Except he's not a mechano man. He is a mechanic man. The mechanical man isn't even a mechanical man in this universe. Anyway, the day is the day off. Ain't that just swell, and other such things. Alright, time to talk to Kazuichi again. A whole bunch of times. Alright, let's spend some time with the guy. He is despondent. And thus we've tried to figure out how to kill time. We've killed so many hours trying to figure out how to finally kill time. One day we'll get there. It's like a scientific discovery. Would I like to give him a gift? Obviously. All right, so I just gotta boop, boop. Oh, actually, hang on. Completely forgot. That's something I wanted to look at real quick. Oh, God, there's so many underpantses I have not actually looked at. All right, well, Ibuki. Just read the words, it's all good. Ibuki's favorite panties. These Harajuku-style panties perfectly capture Ibuki's cheeriness. Fair enough. I don't know what a Harajuku style is, but, I don't know. Definitely seem appropriate. She often gets their size wrong, so these are a little small. Given the images that I've been subjected to, even with the censoring, I believe it. Yoko's favorite panties, they're actually sized for children in order to fit her body more comfortably. What are you gonna do? Alright, Sonya's favorite, regal undergarments. The modest lace conveys an air of refined sophistication. There we go. Oh, I didn't actually look at these. Hang on. Nekomaru's favorite briefs. They were created by Military World, the historically renowned men's underwear manufacturer. Only the best team managers are allowed to wear them. Interesting, considering how incredibly plain they look. All right, so that appears to be literally everybody's but the last two. All right, then. Oh, wait, no. Dang it. Hand it over. I completely forgot what I was doing. I was distracted by underpants. I apologize. Anyway, here, have your radio snowed.
Are you serious?
Yes, yes, I'm gonna give you that.
Engines revving.
Crap, I'm starting to get really excited here.
Man.
Ah, jeez, why aren't there any vehicles with engines on this damn island? At this rate, I'll take anything. A go-kart, RC toys, a baby carriage. Just let me tinker with something. Baby carriages don't have engines. Well, not the badass ones don't.
Aw, man.
There's nothing I can't disassemble, so I took apart the alarm clock inside my room. And when I did that, I couldn't put it back together. Oh. So there are times when even the ultimate mechanic can't fix something. Of course, that sort of thing happens to me all the time. One time I was tinkering around with thinking, and before I realized it, I made some kind of car thing. For some reason, the things I fix always end up being some kind of vehicle. I don't understand that at all. Nah, I don't mind messing around with the frame or connecting the electrical equipment. But guys definitely need something with a rumble and some bam bam bam. Thank you, bam bam rubble. Hey, Hajime, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I really want right now? I imagine an engine. You're talking about an engine, right? That's what you want to mess around with? I'm assuming that's the case because that's what he said he wanted.
Of course.
That's right. That's exactly it. Disassemble, reassemble, see how it goes. Disassemble, reassemble, see how it goes. Doing that over and over gets my brain moving. I really miss the smell of oil. You're right. Haven't really smelled anything like that since we came to this island. But even if there was a car here, you couldn't drive it since you don't have a driver's license, right?
How annoying.
There's no way I'd do something annoying like that. I just get motion sickness anyway. That's true. I did see you on a roller coaster. I just really like the feeling of an engine running. I like all kinds of machines, but vehicles are definitely the best of the best. After all, they look so awesome. Man, I really want to go home and start working on my bike again. No, you're even making a bike, huh?
Awesome.
My dream machine is seriously awesome, you know? According to my calculation, it has a top speed of 585 miles per hour. Your bicycle or your motorcycle? Because one of those is significantly more impressive than the other, and both of them are fairly impressive. Man, I really miss tinkering with that thing. Oh, but it obviously wouldn't be street legal, and since I get motion sickness, I can't ride it anyway. What's the use of making a ride that you can't even use? I don't understand that at all. It's a hobby. Sheesh, Hajime. Why don't you get it? Oh, that's right. It's because you literally have no hobbies. You're a dull and uninteresting guy. After talking with Kazuichi some more, I went back to my room. Before immediately spinning back around and realizing there was more time to spend, so I decided to do that instead. Ha 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 ha. Very quickly, Usami, give me the information that I require. How is Akane doing? Doodle-doodle-doo. All right. Oh, 2.5 hearts. That's not nearly enough. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm looking at everybody everyone blinking, you know, their little animations, and anybody else noticing that Ibuki isn't blinking? She is winking. Her right eye never seems to close. And I mean her right eye, not the one on our right. The one on our right is the one that is blinking. Is that supposed to be happening? Or is that a deliberate choice, I wonder? Yes, I know. Get all of the hope fragments. Yada yada you, hoo hoo hoo. Another such bric-a-bracic nonsense. I get it. This dang rabbit, man. Always giving me the guff and the business. I'm doing my freaking best, Usami. All right. And thus we hung out, and it was grand and cool. Looks like Kazuichi and I grew a little closer yet again. And I gave him another radio, sorry, audio, like a ding dong, or whatever. A radio snod. All this trouble to bring me something so amazing. Yes. Hey, Hajime, do you have a dream for the future or something? I have goals. I hope to one day reach them. I don't know. I've never really thought about that. I'm remarkably boring, you see. Not a very interesting person. Maybe I've forgotten what it was. How about you? Do you have one? Well, you know, sorta, since I'm a mechanic. There's not much a guy like me can do besides tinker with machines. So if I'm gonna reach for the stars, then that's the only one for me. Do you mean an F1 racer?
That's
Hell
obviously
no,
wrong.
something bigger and faster. Dude, he just said reach for the stars. Never mind, don't even think about it. You'll just laugh. You'll definitely laugh at me.
I already know.
See, I told you, your face is totally giving it away. You're making a face? Ah, don't you get it?
Hey.
I mean, if I'm talking about the best machine, then I'm obviously talking about that. Just don't even think about it. Forget about it already. Does he want me to guess or not? Well, the thing he's probably talking about is a damn rocket ship. Can you be a rocket ship? Laugh all you want. I don't care. Why would I laugh? That sounds amazing.
You serious?
Seriously? I see. I see. Don't you think rockets are amazing? They're the biggest and the fastest. They're at the very top of the vehicle food chain.
Hey.
But still, there's just one thing I'm worried about. No matter how hard I work to make such an awesome machine, there's no way I can give a girl a ride in one. Well, it depends on how awesome of a rocket ship it is. Yeah, if you get motion sickness in a car, you'd have a really bad time inside a rocket. But a fantasy like that is very you, I guess. If you ever overcome your motion sickness, I could totally imagine you riding a motorcycle with a girl. You'd probably hang out with a bunch of delinquents and get into all kinds of trouble, too. Really? That's the impression you get from Kazuichi? He looks like a punk, but he don't act like one. So you think so, too? I mean, it's normal to think like that. Kazuichi? Did something happen all of a sudden?
Man.
It's nothing. I just remembered something I need to do, so later. For some reason, Kazuichi abruptly walked away. I don't really know why, but his attitude changed. Almost as if he was not happy with being referred to as a delinquent and getting into le trouble. If I had to guess, that's probably not something he ever really does or partakes in. Granted, this is from the perspective, apparently, you know, literally having never gone through any of the class trials or anything, so I guess you wouldn't know him super duper ultra well or anything, but I digress. I feel as if that was an odd assumption to make. Anyway, seeing as how everybody's feeling fantastic, I suppose everybody's gonna head on down to Electric Avenue. And everybody's gonna get awesome. We're gonna get ourselves some junk parts, some integrated circuits, some nails, and other such things. It's gonna be absolutely bonkers and wonderful. Let me tell you. Okay, I guess we also still need some white cotton, though. All right, then. Boys, mind the Disney Whirl. The Disney Whirl, I mean. Completely different. And the girls will go down to the Electric Avenue. There we go. And get to the digging. I need various parts and pieces, people. Come on now. All right, there's some integrated circuits, some sacred treasures. Like the ones from Kid Icarus. Or are there more three sacred treasures and other things? I feel like the odds of that are very likely. A lot of junk parts. Let's see, now hang on a second. I know I needed integrated circuits, but was it batteries I needed? Or is it something that wasn't even here? Maybe it was junk parts? Hopefully it was junk parts. That would have made things a whole lot easier for me. All right, to meet with a thing. Come on now. We've got more Kazuwichi to hang with. Him in his weird-ass jumpsuit. All right, let's spend some time. There's actually one item that I saw on his liked item list that I definitely want to give him. So that's what we're gonna do. Because it is by far the strangest item to have in my pants whatsoever and look, I say that knowing full well that it's weird to have the majority of these items all on my person at any given moment in time. Like the greater majority of these things. So let me, again, just point out just how freakishly absurd of an item it has to be for me to consider it to be the weirdest possible item to be carrying. It's somewhere in here. I know I've got at least one of them in here. A two-sided ukulele. Well, that's not what it is, but that sounds freaking dope. This tropical instrument is stringed on both sides. The sound changes depending on which side you play. The outer side produces a light, happy sound, while the inner side produces a dark, heavy sound. Y'all trying to tell me that a ukulele isn't at all conceivably possibly able to do such a thing as make dark and heavier sounds? I doubt it. Anyway, here it is. A weapon of mass destruction found at the bottom of the ocean. The following words were inscribed on the warhead by a fallen princess. Humans can still live without this. I'm sure that's a reference to something. Maybe it's even real world logic or references or something. I don't know. Either way, it's a weird thing to have, and it's an even weirder thing for somebody to want. But here you go. I feel like that's not something I should have given him, but I did anyway. I tried to be nice, guy. Seriously, thanks.
Damn it.
Somehow I'm already losing confidence in myself. Well, it's not like I had any confidence to begin with. Damn it, why did this have to happen? I want to go home already. Kazuichi seems pretty desperate, both physically and mentally. Get a hold of yourself, man! I'm sure there must be some way. Come on, you know what they... Where there's a will, there's a way, right? I'm pretty sure he meant to add the word say in there. Hajime, you're really bad at talking. Hajime.
Are we screwed?
Isn't that kind of lame? It's your fault for complaining. Well, that's true. Sorry. All right, let's get pumped up and look for a way to escape. He sure recovers quickly. But still, all the machines here that have engines like airplanes and ships, they're no good. Might as well put pedals on the ship and pedal boat off the island. We can even make it swan-shaped, too. What do you mean, might as well? That reminds me. I would get yelled at a lot for modifying various things at school or at home. My greatest invention was attaching an engine to the machine that draws the chalk lines on the soccer field. That sounds awesome.
Well,
But it escaped through the school entrance at full speed without curving or stopping. Obviously, you'd be yelled at for that. Hey, Hajime, if by chance, what if it's impossible? The Monokuma guy's rule is the only one person is able to escape. That rule doesn't matter. Yeah, by the way, I mean, you don't know this, but 5 of us ended up getting out in the end. We will never kill someone. It's that simple, right? That's true, but can you really believe that nobody here will ever betray us? If you start doubting now, you'll never stop. They want you to feel like this. Well, obviously, but
you know,
humans are creatures that betray each other, you know? If they aren't, then... Kazuichi, what does that mean? Do you have a history of being betrayed? Sorry, let me think about it alone. After saying that, Kazuichi briskly walked away. I understand why he's worried, but I feel like he's worried about something else. I guess for now, I should just wait until Kazuichi feels comfortable talking to me about it. Alright, so be it. So be it. I mean, if he had a, you know, a long established history of being betrayed by people constantly, and that's why he has trust issues, boy, howdy almighty, let me tell you, that's not only relatable, but understandable as an explanation for why he is the way that he is.
Amazing.
Nobody cares, Frank. Although this could be good. A couple Jamba Juices. Well, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. All right, so we got a bunch of that stuff, which is good. This is good. So I need at least too damn many of these things. 8 of these things. So I'm gonna need at least 8 AI chips. I don't think I have enough to make that. Just barely don't have enough to make that. That is such a pile of butts. All right, but we still need the cotton, and we still need more junk parts, so I suppose everybody should just keep on doing what they're doing. Except for you, Nakamaru, head back to the cleaning zone. We apparently need somebody to pick up the slack on that one. So go, go, go! Do what you gots to does, peoples! Oh man, look at him clean at the speed of sound! If it were literally anybody else, I'd find that impressive. Anyway, integrated circuits, junk parts, what about... What? Oh, white cotton. Okay, we got some white cotton. For a second there, I thought we weren't getting any at all. 'Twas not the case. 'Twas not the case. Seemed very feasible, but it was not. That's good. That's good, I say. All right. This might, just might, already be the final one. Kazuichi, I hope you have a lot to say this time. Come on, we've got some times to fills. Yep, he's a little bored, so we have ourselves the grand conversation. And it is grand and wondrous. And we grew closer that day. All right. Well, luckily, I'm gonna give him another one of these things. Here you go.
Are you serious? Engine's
Yeah,
ready.
weirdo.
Well,
Hajime, about that thing from before.
for now.
Let's go somewhere else. After he said that, Kazuichi walked away by himself. Man, after having gone through literally everybody's events, the amount of characters that actually try to get you to go places other than where you're currently standing is not that many. So the fact that just about everybody I was hanging out with was one of the people in that funhouse while we were trapped in there when I tried to have those conversations with them and I had to keep going around and finding someone else, like, the odds were so slim. I ran after Kazuichi until we arrived at the beach. Whoa. Ha. What are you doing? Can't you see? I'm breathing deeply. I gotta prepare myself for lots of reasons, you know? All right, I'm ready. Come at me, bro. Well, no, hold on. I don't really understand what's going on at all. Dumbass, isn't it obvious? There's only one thing for two men to do when they come to the beach. What? What? Well, he said come at me, bro, so... Are you talking about a fist fight? Well, not exactly. You're going to punch yourself. If you don't, my mind won't be settled. It's like I feel lost or something. You believe in me, but I can't believe in you at all. It's like I betrayed you or something. So why do I have to hit myself? Kazuichi. To be honest, I'm wearing contacts. Oh, okay. For correctional purposes, or are your eyes not pink? What is this now? It's not like my hair is this color because I wanted it to look like this. I wasn't really sure what I wanted, so I just tried a few things and it ended up like this. I was always a weak, cowardly kid. All I ever did was study and tinker with machines. So I always believed that everyone who talked to me was a nice person. So even if I was betrayed or lied to, I always believed they had a good reason for it. So that's why I always believed, because I was too scared to admit it. Kazuichi I know is a confident, happy-go-lucky guy who gets a little carried away sometimes. For me, he's just pretending to be like that. When I was in middle school, there was this guy I thought was my best friend. We always did everything together, and I could talk to him about anything. But one time, I let him cheat off my test because he begged me for help. But we got caught. Till the very end, he insisted that I was the one who willingly gave him the answers. But as long as he didn't get punished, I really didn't mind sharing my answers with him at all.
Man.
Ever since that happened, he kept avoiding me. Man, that is the most freakishly relatable thing I think I've seen a character in this game say to me so far. That is so like my personal experiences with people. Quite literally, almost every single person I've ever dared call a friend, and all but one person, the current one, that I've called my best friend has betrayed me in the worst possible ways imaginable. It has given me trust issues, to say the least. I wonder why. It's not like I really cared. Maybe he felt guilty? He probably couldn't stand it.
Maybe.
Now that I'm older, I feel like I understand him a little. But at the time, I was fed up with everything, so I decided to get rid of it all, including my looks. And when that happened, everyone who used to hang around me started keeping their distance. And punk asses started getting closer to me instead. Since then, I haven't needed to be leaving anyone, and I haven't been betrayed. It was really easy. You'd be surprised how much changes when you change your appearance. That girls kept coming on to me too, but to tell you the truth, that scared me a little. I don't know if I believe that part, but fair. Kazuichi, I never felt betrayed by you. I mean, you always believed in me, didn't you? Well, but after hearing your reasons, I think it's fine. So how about this? If you ever betray us and make us sad, I'll punch you as hard as I can, got it?
Huh?
Bring it on. I'll make you eat those words. Thanks. Because of you, I understand now. What I really hated all along wasn't being betrayed. I hated myself for being too weak to believe in others.
Whatever happens, I'll believe in you. That is what being friends is all about.
And I'm totally okay with being your friend, Kazuichi. You're an odd man, but not a bad one.
Let's definitely get out of here. All of us.
The majority. Well, a small handful. Yeah, definitely. Kazuichi offered his hand and I gripped it firmly. This time I felt a strong, definite bond forming between Kazuichi and me. And but it'll be different if you act suspicious. Even if you're my friend, I'll doubt you if you're suspicious. Had to go and say that, didn't you? Ha! And it got cut off entirely. Ain't that just about the biscuits? And I unlocked the skill craftwork. My dude, your underpants look far more like swim trunks. These look like honkin' swim trunks to me, my dude. After staring at the sea with Kazuichi and talking about different things, I parted ways with him and returned to my cottage. It was a grand time. The walk back to the cottage, I thought about many things. All wondrous, glorious things, I assure you. Good night. Yes, yes. Good night, talking rabbit thing. Good night. Alright, so 3 days left to make all of those dang straps. Alright, well, I only need one more AI chips. Let's see, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and a come on now, people! Alright, how's everybody's energy levels? Not bad. Alright, everybody, we're going to the castle. Let's fly to the castle! Yep. We just gotta get as much white cotton as we possibly can. Except no substitutions, people. Dig as much as you can. We need all of the cotton. Mine as many of them stuffed rats as you possibly can. We're also getting a lot of hammers. Not exactly something I was trying to go for. Also getting a lot of Java crystals. I think I'm gonna need a few more of those. It's not like the hammers aren't useful. Also, Teruto has made even more progress in his cleaning ability. So that's swell and dandy. Obviously, yes, I would like to spend a little bit of time with somebody. I need to fill up at least a couple extra minutes, if you don't mind. Alrighty. Let's just fill out this episode with a little bit of good old-fashioned Akane dating. You know how it be. And around we go. Where I stop, hell if I know. And we've ended up at the castle. Alright, do we perhaps get a good thing to talk about? No. No, we do not. Ain't that a pile of butts? Alright, well. Alright, well, I mean, a pretty good time is better than a bad time or a horrendous time. As long as she's having a decent, good enough time and says that she wants to go out again, I'm gonna count that as a win for me. Ding dong, ding dong. The all-powerful rabbit in the weird room in the amusement park. She has descended upon us to say that we all need to take a damn nap. I have many salads. Would anybody like a salad? You're getting a salad. There we go. And some Java juice. I'm gonna give you a Java juice. And you also get a Java juice. And some medicine of hopes. Let's do that too. Let's see here. You know what? Let's give it to Mahiru and Gundam. You might be wondering, hey, why'd you give them to those two specifically? And let me tell you, I don't have the slightest goddamn clue. I just felt like it. All right, so, okay, well, we definitely got enough of that white cotton, so bada boosh, there you go. That being said, I feel like we're definitely gonna need more stuff like, where can I get, like, I don't know, like, well, I know for a fact we're gonna need stuff like logs. Yeah, all right, so the hyper energies, you're gonna go into the forest. Except for Frank, he never gets to go with anybody ever. Everyone else, I mean, it's not like the stuff that's there isn't stuff we're gonna need, but actually, let's head to the military base because I need nails. I need nails to make wood, and I know that I'm gonna need like wooden and iron panels and stuff to make that house and boat and stuff. So let's grab as much of that stuff as we possibly can, if you don't mind. Also, we got some kniffies. Always good to get kniffies. That being said, okay, got a decent amount of logs. And everybody seems to be a-okay. Everything all worked out fine and dandy. Fine and a dandy. All right, let's go back to the Akane-mobile. What do you think the Akane-mobile would be? I want to say it would be like a dune buggy, but the first thing that came to my mind was actually standing on her back as she swam and she moved like a motorboat, like Hasselhoff did in the SpongeBob movie. So she's like a motorized surfboard. I don't know why on earth that was the first thing I thought of when I said the word Akane-mobile, but there you go. Let's try to end up somewhere other than the amusement park this time. Ota! Where do we go? We're at the beach. That's not the amusement park. All right, so what are we going to friggin' do today? Obviously, we're gonna go fishing.
I see.
Depending on what you catch. Is there anything that you wouldn't be able to eat right away? Unless she's talking about eating fish, like, straight up raw. I suppose that's not an impossibility. Some sushi be like that. Either way, let's catch a big one, then eat it. Eat that food. Nom nom nom. She likes that food, that's a good thing to do. Tain't no thing, girl, tain't no thing. Like spending time with y'all. That all being said, ho hum, I'd actually like to do one more before we move on to our final character. If it's all the same with you guys. There's just one thing I wanted to actually do. Just because I'm interested. Stop giving me spirit bombs. Those damn things are completely worthless to me. Anyway, we've got all that. Also, I can apparently make the Spear of Gungnir and the Swimmy Nail, which certainly would be good. Am I down for spending all my beast bones? Oh dear. It doesn't seem like they're used for anything else, so fine. Getting those bonuses is pretty good. Let's be reals. Let's make some more wood. Because I know that I'm gonna need them. And I'm also gonna need a bunch of damn iron plates. I'm gonna have to make a damn boat eventually. So slam jam. Thank you, ma'am. Get on the floor of that jam. Alright. I also know for a fact that we're gonna need a bunch of clay. Don't think I don't remember. Oh, I remember. I remember it all. Alright, so you guys need to nap. That's a fine pile of poop. That's fine. Ibuki is feeling fine and dandy, so she can continue to be the awesome gal that she is. And, I mean, you guys seem cool to continue going in the mountains, so it all works for me. Yeah. Come on, everybody, do the thing you got to do. Come on, everybody, grab up all that crazy stuff. Come on now. Break it down, break it down, people. Come on, people, come on now. All right, so what did we get? Beast bones, paints, small engines, logs. I mean, okay, the greater majority of us were all napping, so I suppose that's understandable. Doesn't make it any less disappointing or depressing, but that's besides the point. All right, let me just quickly take a gander at the Usomiometer. Usami diagnosis. I'm only at 4 hearts with her? Sheesh. I got to wow this gal. Also, the fact that she's basically in the exact middle, that just tells me it was meant to be. Always the intent. That's my earnest belief. I don't care if that's just how they were happened to coincidentally be arranged. Don't matter none to me, I'll tell you that much. Yes, I'm gonna get all the damn hope fragments. You dang rabbits. My goodness. All right then, fine. One more. Let's just hopefully, if I can get to 5. 5, I will be completely content. Then we can spend the rest of our time getting the Mahiru Hope Fragments, and we'll be fine and dandy. I did not mean to hit that. I guess we're going to the park. Oh dear, we arrived at the park. What are we gonna do at the Ding Dong Park? Let's do some walking.
You.
Dude, you're like an old man. Well, if you insist, I guess I can walk with you.
Nice to meet
But in
you.
exchange, you better tell me some fun stories. If not, then let's talk about some rare foods. Had a pretty good time. Crap, got the damn 4.5.
see.
Well, all right, as long as she thought it was pretty fun, I suppose that'll do. That will do. Did not go the way that I actually would have wanted, but I suppose that's that. I've still got plenty of days. Basically, when I'm done with Mahiru, I'm gonna only be on, like, day 26. That's still, like, half the damn game mode. Anyway, the goal was 8 Usami straps. And wouldn't you know it, here's a big pile of Usami straps. Give me them tickets. I'm gonna need some things to fill out my time when I'm done here. An Imperial Feast. Wait, is that even something you asked me to make before? Oh, good lord. Okay, well, that explains some of the things that I never had to use before. My goodness. All right, some fresh sashimi? I can't even make that. Oh my goodness, and freshly squeezed juice. Oh no. Oh lord. Oh lordy, 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 and other such things. All right, well, he needs to nap, so that's fine. All right, well, we do need expensive plates. That much is clear. We also need a bunch of milk and golden eggs and chaba crabs and seaweeds and oh lord, you're asking so much of me. And special beast meats. All right, then fine. A good number of you are gonna have to head on over to the dang florist to get that special beast meat, if you don't mind. Yeah, pretty much. Hakane, you can back it up. You can come with me to go touch a moo cow, because that sounds like a fun time for us. And everybody else, you know what? Let's just send you to the beach. Just send you to the beach. Get your work, get yourself going. Come on now. All right, it only leaves us with one cleaner, but that's fine. All right. And what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Come on now, what are we gonna get? And I don't suppose I'm actually getting the... special beast meat! There we go, we got some. As long as we manage to acquire some, I suppose ultimately that's all well and good. Alrighty. We all know who I'm going to have to spend the rest of our time with, so let's cut out to the Jibba Jabba and just head on over to her, why don't we?